That one truck is buggering up my day. I hate the swamp. The swamp is what I hate. Water! Ba 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 ba! Nuclear control! Nuclear. Howdy folks, welcome back to Satisfactory. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, I'm going to start with some research projects. Starting with mycelia. We're going to unlock the synthetic polyester fabric, whatever that is. Analysis complete. What does that get me?
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric and also amplifies body odor.
It amplifies body odor. That sounds wonderful. Add fabric. Ah! Polymer resin and water. That is exactly what I need. I would like to unlock this one. High-speed connectors, which I already unlocked via some other means, but
research completed.
Here we are.
High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Ooh, what is this? Geothermal generator. The geysers. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right, I would like this. The power switch. Hopefully that solves some concerns I have coming up in today's episodes. Because I would like to deal with some power issue.
Fixit is proud to announce that the power switch facilitates power grid management through the application of the very latest advances in on-off switch technology. Fixit. It's fun to have power.
Indeed. What's this one? Priority power switch. I need some Caterium wire. Poles Mark III, sure. Yeah.
Power pole Mark III unlocked. It has significantly more power connections compared to the previous models.
Can I unlock this? Oh, I need some stuff. That's fine. Caterium wire. I'll do this one, whatever this is. Was that homing? A homing rifle ammo.
Ammo unlocked. This ammo can be loaded into a normal rifle and, when fired, will seek a target. Clarification. This does not make the rifle a homing rifle.
Shut up.
If
Yes,
you
it does.
leave the rifle alone, even when loaded with this ammo, it will not return home like a devoted and adorable puppy and/or kitten.
No, that's fair. Programmable splitter.
Programmable splitter unlocked. This upgrade to the smart splitter provides additional options to improve conveyor belt logistics.
Ooh. Stun rebar.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite atomically exciting. That was a physics joke.
Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Priority power switch.
Priority power
Ooh,
switch
I need some more
unlocked.
connectors.
This assists with power grid management by automatically powering down specified connections when a grid failure is imminent. Use it to prioritize power for the most important infrastructure.
You can automatically power down in a That sounds handy. Geothermal generator. Awesome. Completed.
Geothermal generator unlocked. Geysers added to the object scanner. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you deadly geothermal vents, run directly towards them and build generators. Use potentially lethal natural phenomena for your own benefit.
More high-speed
Fix it
connectors are
right.
required. Power pole Mark III requires high-speed connectors. Power storage. I never really built one of these, did I? That seems handy. Power switch. Priority power switch requires a high-speed connector. That's fine. Wait, do I not get a wall outlet Mark III? Ooh. How many tickets do I have? 135, good lord. Thank you.
Humans have long practiced delegating work that strains and tires them to machines. It is their best achievement. Simple counting and short-term memory are often among such challenges, which the conveyor throughput monitor is specialized in. Simply add it to any belt, and it will tell you its throughput after only 1 minute.
We have wall outlets now. They require high-speed connectors, which are slow to make, but we have them. Logistics. Do we have a thing? It requires crystals. Calibrating. That's going to say once a... That's going to say 0 a minute when it's done, isn't it? Because it's not doing anything. Hello. Anything else? We got a light control panel. I don't know what a light control panel does, but here we are. What's night mode? Is that they only come on at night? I would love that if that was the case. I really miss my string lights. Okay, night mode on. Night mode off. I love this. Night mode on, night mode off. Ah! Ah, it's wonderful. Right, so power's coming in at A. Turn it on. Light comes on. Circuit breaker priority. I have no idea. But we have power switches. It's exactly what I wanted. So today we're going to continue developing our power systems, hence the power switch, because I would like better control over what I can turn on and off in the future. And to begin this operation, I have started building an area for the nuclear power plants. there's pipes in the... That one truck is buggering up my day. So in the interim between episodes, I have built some more road. This time connecting to where we're going to build today. And as I said before, I wanted the road to try and follow the landscape as best as it can, while still being able to be used as a road. We got a split over here, and it comes down towards here. Currently merges with the train track, but that's fine. I shall move the train track in the future. Go for a bit of a drive, shall we? Obviously, it still needs some decoration and whatnot. I just worried about making sure that it was able to be driven on for the time being. I would like to put some railings on and such. I even got it going all the way past our nitrogen gas. Which is fun. And I will demolish all of the trees once I'm happy with the layout. Comes all the way over here. And around this ridge. Hey look! It's the swamp! That's right. I built a road all the way over here. Got a nice view of the waterfalls. It's going to connect all the way over here. Between the waterfalls with the tree, going to make the road turn out over here. So, lack for better ideas, I'm going to do the plan I suggested last time. I'm going to build a bit of a industrial city here. I'm going to lower the platform overall so that when you drive in you can actually get a view of everything. It's quite foggy, isn't it? But for today, what I would like to do is build a control room that will be able to partition different power lines going to different places. Hence the power switches. If I do have a meltdown, I would like to be able to turn off different sections of the map, rather than worrying about trying to power all of it back on instantly. This control room will do two jobs. Firstly, it will have to partition power outlets to different parts of the map, like to the steel, to the oil, to the home base, that sort of stuff. Secondly, I would like to partition the power lines to different parts of the nuclear production itself. So all of the power will be coming in from the nuclear reactors via one power line, and then web out to the different manufacturers and blenders individually. So I can turn on the manufacturers and then turn on the blenders and then turn on the... what's the word for it? Particle accelerators. And hopefully I can have a segmented power system. I'm going to try and center the control room as best I can in the area, because as I said last episode, I would like the more grimy machines like the manufacturers and the blenders to be underneath the platform. So there's a couple of things I have to think about. Firstly, I need a logistics floor between the top and the bottom. But I would also like to have room for a train station. So I need to make sure I leave enough room for that. I would also like the control room to be a tower, so that once I'm at the top I can see everything, but it also can lead down as a tower into the bottom floor. So I'm going to build up a bit of a road. and maybe make like a central square. After I've done that, I would like to test some bits with the trains, because I would like to know how many freight cars a single train can carry. Something like this. Tower in the center, road around it for our trucks. This is the next thing, ignore that. Tower is going to be a bit higher than that, I think. And it will also descend into the swamp as well. Give us some access down there. It looks like a box for now. Don't worry, I have actually got an idea for a design for it. That'll come along in time. But for the time being, I'm going to drag some power over here so we can power this train station. There you go. Powered Strangby. I hope it's powered. Yes. Okay. So I have a train here. How many freight cars do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I want to know if trains can pull as many cars as I put on it, or if it has a power limit. Ooh, it's already struggling a bit, isn't it? It might be alright, actually. I wonder if it'll struggle uphill. On a flat, it seems alright. I should try uphill, shouldn't I? I'm going to try an uphill. There we go. I've expanded our little test track. I've built an uphill thing. Now see if we can pull 15 cars with no problem, or if it's going to struggle. It is slowing down, isn't it? I wonder how many cars it can take. I mean, 15 might be a bit much for any of my purposes, but I've cut the number of freight cars down to 6. We'll see what the performance is like here. That seems better. Can I... I can hook a train onto the front of the train. Is that good or bad? So after doing a bit of reading, which I try to avoid because I do like learning these things myself, but I couldn't really tell just by looking. Apparently you need a train for every 2 freight cars. That way it could handle any incline. If it's all flat, you can essentially have infinite freight cars per train, which is why I didn't have trouble when I had 15. That seems a lot better, doesn't it? So if there are a lot of up and downs in my train network, which there very well may be, especially with the big bridge that goes upwards towards the aluminium, then I'm going to need a train for every 2 freight cars, which seems excessive. I didn't realize it was that low. And how big would a 9-car train be? Pretty dang big. I had 4 cars. There's 2 trains, that makes it... That seems more reasonable. Each freight car holds 32 slots, which is 128 stacks altogether. I don't think I'm producing anything that makes that much items currently, so that might be alright. Just thought of something. There's a geyser down there, right? There's 2. There are bugs. There are bugs. There are bugs. Please reload. Why do I have no bullets? This isn't good. This is not a good place to be. Holy hell. Can we stop? I do not want an aerial battle. Okay, right, anyway. Geothermal flagga blagga blagga. I'm sorry, that's fucking huge. Not enough space. What am I looking at? Harness geothermal energy to generate power. Must be built in a geyser. Caution, power production fluctuates. Okay. Power production. Impure geyser 150 to 150. Normal 100 to 300. Pure 200 to 600. 400 megawatt average. And this is a pure, right? We will never know because it is... What, 200... Okay, so this is a pure. And there's another one around here. There. I do not have the high-speed connectors. That seems low. However... I don't actually have to feed it anything, do I? It's just working. So it fluctuates, but it's guaranteed 200. That's not bad for a jump start of something, is it? The next thing I want to check out is the size of this malarkey. For it is very, very big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, pretty much. So for the 600 uranium that we're going to be mining, I would need 30 nuclear reactors, which is a lot. However, I can power shard them. So for the 600 uranium we're mining, we need 12. Which ain't that bad. It will, however, need 600 meter cubed water a minute, which is one whole Mark II pipeline. And I believe the water extractors... 120 meter cubed. Yeah, fully power sharded water extractors produce 300. So for each 600 meter cube line, and we don't have that many power shards, we're going to need 5? We're going to need 5 water extractors per water line, and we're going to need a water line per nuclear power plant. So we're going to have, just for this one vein of uranium, 12 pipes and 60 water extractors. Luckily, thanks to the swamp, there is an ocean just over there. So the water's not that difficult. The pipes, however, I love pipes. That sounds sarcastic. I actually do quite enjoy the pipes. It's the physics of the fluid dynamics that I don't quite understand. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the control tower and hopefully start using that to control the different elements of the factory over here. And then I think the first big project for this area is water and pipes. Firstly, we need water for the power plants, that much is obvious. But we also need sulfuric acid, which takes water. So instead of building sulfuric acid somewhere, I can bring in sulfur and produce the sulfuric acid here. Secondly, we need concrete. So what I can do is I can make wet concrete, which takes water. Water and limestone, to be exact. We will also need nitric acid, which we need for the non-fissile uranium. So there's more water requirements. And there's undoubtedly some other alternate recipes that I haven't unlocked yet that might need water as well. So if I have access to a huge supply of water and get all the pipes sorted, that could knock off a huge chunk of the work already. I'm going to destroy the ocean with industry. I see a hard drive. Ooh, actually, while I think of it, before I cut to whatever I'm about to do, I'm going to fall. I hate the swamp. I hate the swamp. I hate the swamp. The swamp is what I hate. I don't like the swamp. The swamp I don't like. La 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 la. La 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 la. Where is the ladder? Oh my god. Help me. Help me. I'm wearing the wrong jetpack. Ah. Ah. No. No, 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 no. Wow. That didn't go very smooth, did it? What I was going to say is there's a thing over here. That. I believe this requires power. Tally-ho! What is this? Cluster obelisk. Ba 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 ba. One hard drive. We got something to say, Ada?
Freighter records indicate this comes from the past, which is normal.
Indeed. Can I grab the... Go on, grab the thing. There we go. Okay. Control tower.
Cancel. Cancel. Cancel.
And after a little bit of building, we have this. So, going back and revisiting the old clock tower design from the Christmas episode, I thought I could do a bit better than what I did before. Especially now how I know how to do diagonals with pipes and... not with pipes, with painted beams and such. So we have a big old control tower. I'm still messing with some lighting. And I'm going to have different lighting underneath. Whee! There's going to be a tower going down to the ground over here. So... ba 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 ba! Nuclear control! Nuclear. Got a lift. I go to the top floor currently. Up we go.
Did you know that all elevators
Hello?
you build are connected? That's right. It's all me.
Ah! 84 meters. I still think I need to change this a bit. So we got a nice view from up here in our little cathedral-esque clock tower. Donk. If we go down one floor, I may have to make the entire tower a little taller so I can get in a second floor control room for the external factories around the map, where I want to split off the wires even more. So we have the beginnings of such things at the moment. It's not pretty by any imagination, but this is how it would work functionally. So we have one big wire, I think it's just coming in over here. Yes, this one's connected to a this currently. Very messy, but that's how it's going. And then it's going out from a Mark III thingy-majiggy wall outlet to several switches. These aren't going anywhere currently, but this one, for the water, is connected. Haha! So it goes in through a switch, and I can turn the switch on and off, and then the water line goes down here. And out. Da-ba-da-ba-da. All the way down here and out over here. The bottom of the lift. I need to make some sort of fancy power pole to hold all of the wall outlets, because I can't really just use this. As fancy as that is, this top bit is still only one wire. Even though there's two there, it's one power line, technically. It's pretty much just for moving it far distances. So I need to build a fancy one for this. And then this is going to go over here, where we split off the road and dive deep into the bellies of the underworld. All the way to the ocean. Ouch. Ouch again. Next up, I'm going to build a whole mess of water extractors. And I'm also going to build like a bracing wall for the edge of our platform. so it doesn't just look like it's floating in the air. So this is it currently. I'm going to continue working a bit more. Get a bit more done, and I'll meet you again after I've done the water. There appears to actually be something in the waterfall. And I have bullets now. Tally-ho! Ooh. There's uranium, but there's also spiders. Ouch. Okay. So there's a bit of an underworld over here. And it's got uranium in it. That's handy, it's right next to us. I don't think it's... Is it decent uranium? It's impure. Typical. That's fine. A handy little bonus. An extra 300 a minute? Ooh. Water. Now I think there's 75 water extractors currently. And a room for a lot more. And this is what the bracing wall is looking like currently. There's a power plug. It was flat originally, all the way up. But that looked boring, so I've tiered it and made it a bit of a step. I still think that's going to be a bit too monotonous for the size that this is going to be. Because this is going to stretch all the way across the swamp. It's going to be a big thing. The switch in the control tower is hooked up here. So once I hit the switch, all of the ones connected will turn off and on. Now what I need to do is take each of these lines. So we have 5 water extractors hooked up to one 600 meter cubed pipe. And now we have to try and figure out a way to neatly take... Well, currently there's 15 pipes here. And there's going to be more. So this all needs to be bundled together, gone through this wall, up towards the logistics floor, and down, following the road, I'm falling, towards what will be the nuclear power plant. Finally. Gonna yonk me another hard drive. Haha! So while I was doing this, I was thinking about the filters and how we need polymer resin to make the fabric. We also need water. And it occurs to me that when we built the giant refinery factory for the petroleum coke, we left a single impure oil vein that we didn't tap. So what I can do is, because we don't really need that much fabric and that many filters being made per minute, I can use whatever we produce from that impure crude oil vein and turn that into polymer resin, and then that into, not water, into fabric. So I'm going to do that as well. I don't think you've seen the spirals on this yet, have you? I made spirals. Oh no. Luckily there's a ledger there. So we're back over here with the refinery setup for our petroleum coke. I can put a geothermal thingamajiggy here now, can't I? Weird. It's still a bit dishevelled and disorganised because I'm not taking the rubber anywhere currently. I do plan to move it, don't you worry. But over here, we have a little factory. We are taking this oil node over here, the impure one. Impure crude oil produces 150 meter cubed after 3 overclocks. Which isn't a lot, but it's enough. As I say, I don't really need that many filters, so what I'm making out of all this is more than enough. Oh yeah, I'm also pilfering the plastic from up there. Do I have what I need for a programmable... smart splitter? I do have what I have. Okay, let's try this again. Can I put smart splitters on? Oh, it's not doing anything. Is this the left output? Overflow? Ah! So that should be overflow, right? So I won't split it if that needs filling. If that needs filling, then it will continue to fill. Hopefully. So this could be more efficient, it could be producing more, but the amount of filters that it is making is more than plenty, just with this alone. So this doesn't need to be made any bigger. Unless filters need to be used for something in the future, like a building material, but I can't imagine that's the case. So we have 3 refineries, technically 2.5. We are using... how much are we using? We're using 150 crude oil, and it's making 100 fuel and 45 polymer resin. And that's as far as I got with trying to make everything precise. After that, it's just machines, and we're making some. So we've got 3 more refineries. 2 of these are making fabric from polymer resin and water. We have a water line over here. And one of these is making plastic, which I did before I merged this line in, because I needed more plastic. So technically I could turn this into fabric again, but again, it's fine. So the plastic is coming in. It's getting into a constructor. Constructor's making empty canisters. And the empty canisters is going into some packages where we're taking the residual fuel, not residual fuel, the byproduct fuel, this stuff, because we don't need it. So I'm taking it over here into packages. It's making packaged fuel, and I'm just sinking it to get rid of the liquid. Then the fabric is going up here into some manufacturers, where we are also bringing in some coal. I think we need 75 coal a minute or something. And we also need like 30 iron a minute, so we have some iron here being brought in into a refinery, which is also hooked up to the water. Do the pure iron ore recipe, where we mix iron ore with water to double the iron. Well, I think it's like 85% more. It's not really double. 35 to 65. The iron ingots are coming out into constructors, making iron plates. So the iron plates are going up here into the manufacturers as well. And the manufacturers are making filters. A lot of filters. Like a lot of filters. Too many filters. I have a lot of filters. So what I need to do now is I need to take the filters, put them into more manufacturers with deuterium wire, or quick wire, and aluminium casings, and we'll get our iodine-infused filters for the radiation. So yes, that's that. Since I don't really need to upgrade this, what I might do is I'll put a decorative shell and make a nice building out of this, just to cover up all of the nonsense inside. And then maybe use a truck to move the filters that we're going to turn into the radiation filters, and move them probably up to the aluminium plant, which is over the hills and far away. Once I have these roads connected to the road up there. That appears to be a cave. Is this anything? Oh, there's a mesosphere. Curses. Oh! There we go. You know what, come to think of it, I haven't found any more helmets or anything. I found that one helmet in that cave by the oil ocean a while ago, but I haven't found anything else since. There appears to be a nest of doggos. Ow, 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 ow.
Harvest.
I am harvesting. Oh.
Symphony complete. You are not the nut effigy.
Correct.
The nut effigy is a temple?
I do not think that is correct, even though I am not entirely certain of your definition of temple.
The nut effigy is not you but sings for you.
The nut effigy is an entirely separate entity from me. We aren't even made of the same base components.
He is a vessel of your intelligent clouds.
Probably close enough for now.
I mean, whatever this voice is, they're slowly understanding it, I guess. So am I the effigy? Am I the thing it keeps referring to as the effigy?
The effigy only sings when you compose. We composed a resonant song to curve the effigy, tapping into the inner currents.
And the alien thinks that Ada and I are the same thing, and Ada's like, no, no, no. The effigy and I are different.
The effigies make a flow. You are not the current. You have no body. The effigy is not an effigy.
Did Ada just call me flat?
They are, how should I put it? Extremely flat.
I wonder if that's a good thing. I wonder if it actually is like a conclusion to the narrative that's being spun. Or if it's just like world building stuff more than anything. Here we go. Yeah, there's a road over here. All I have to do is make the road connect to this. Somehow. So we return back to nuclear control. And there's a bit of a difference now, for there is a huge platform. You can see it better from up here, in the control room. Ta-da! 12 nuclear reactors. Looks a bit sparse with only 12, doesn't it? Despite how big they are. Whilst I was building, I was curious how much uranium there actually is on the map. And there's a little over 9,000 altogether, if you have Mark III miners. So 9,000 uranium with fully overclocked nuclear reactors, you need 180 of them. So this is 12. If we had like 10 by 10, that would make 200. And that would give us enough nuclear reactors to use all of the uranium on the map. So this might be enough. Maybe. They aren't hooked up or anything at the moment. They're only placed down. And if we go down our ramp to the underground, where there's a giant-ass wall now, we have some pipes being moved. They're not all full yet, because not all the water extractors are connected. But the pipes are there. Do-do-do-do. It's very dark under here, even when it's daylight, because there's a giant roof now. Which makes traversing it with all the giant spiders interesting. So yes, I've built a great big wall. And the blueprints were very useful in this. I just made a 10 by 5 tall wall and then a 5 by 5 floor and just built it all in a couple of minutes. It was quite nice. I did, however, have to wait for all of the concrete to be made. So I did things in between, like looking for hard drives and such. But yeah, I just need to colour it and add some more interesting decorations onto it. At the moment it's very grey and very bland. So yes, this is the start of my nuclear power plant. Now that now that I have the water going, what I need to do now is sort out a train track to bring in the sulfur, and then sort out construction of more concrete, and we can start making the uranium cells. But for the remainder of the episode, we're going to go over here into the MAM. Hard drive complete, because we have hard drives. Do I have any more? No, I think I've used them all now. Haha! Now before I look at any other of these, there is one down here. Plutonium fuel unit or heat fused frame. Now the heat fused frame looks interesting. It does, however, take fuel, which I'm not sure about using more oil. But this plutonium fuel unit caught my eye. We go to the recipes. That makes 0.25 a minute. And it takes 30 encased plutonium cells. This one takes 20 encased plutonium cells a minute and makes 0.5. It does, however, require this pressure conversion cube. The pressure conversion cube requiring fused modular frames and radio control units, which is a lot more complicated than steel beams and heat sinks. So there is a massive amount of new process involved if I want to do this. But it takes less plutonium cells and produces more. So I don't know what tier 9 is going to entail. But this might be useful. So I'm going to get that. Ba-ba-da-ba. And now we work through the rest. Weirdly, I think I want the diluted packaged fuel because by adding water I can double the fuel out of the hard fuel, whatever it's called. Heavy oil. Hard fuel. So I'm going to get this. Pure quartz crystals and deuterium computers. We had the iron and the copper recipes that uses water to double the output. 9 to 7. Now replace it. I might get that one actually. I'll get that. I think I want to rescan this one. Radio connection unit or leached iron ingot. Leached iron. Have I seen this before? Iron ore and sulfuric acid. That sounds horrible. It does, however, double. It does, however, double the output. 100 iron a minute. It's quick too. It's not just doubling it; it's producing it quickly. Huh. I'm not sure I want to use sulfuric acid on that though. Radio connection units, heat sinks, high-speed connectors, and quartz crystals. I'll get this one. I would like a better high-speed... Oh, wait. As I say that, the next one actually has silicon high-speed connectors. Maybe? It is made out of circuit boards. I have a silicon circuit board recipe, don't I? Yes, it's copper sheets and silicon. So with copper, deuterium, and quartz, I could make circuit boards and then I could make high-speed connectors. I can just take out the entire need for plastic. I like that. I think alternate recipes for steel might be useful, considering I want to make more steel. Crystal computers. Ooh. I still need to make a crystal oscillator factory, so this might be the way to go. Quartz purification and steel rotors. Quartz and... what is this? Quartz and nitric acid to make quartz crystals and dissolved silica. The hell is dissolved silica? That's new. I suppose I want to get this just for the fact it has dissolved silica. I don't know what that is. Do I unlock? Dissolve? Oh, I do. Recipes. I get dissolved silica from that, then used in distilled silica. I get silica from... Huh. Encased industrial pipe and automated speed wiring. Using high-speed connectors to make more automated wiring. Do I need automated wiring? I think I do for the project parts, don't I? There's a lot of need for high-speed connectors. I'm noticing. Like, they're in most recipes. The most important ones, anyway. I should make a big high-speed connector factory. I almost said farm then. That's not how this game works. I've literally just made a factory for making fabric out of polymer resin. But the polymer resin is a second byproduct of turning crude oil into fuel. So if I use this instead, I would get more polymer resin and therefore more fabric and therefore more filters. But I don't need more filters. So I guess I'll rescan. Iron concrete and steel screws. I get the screws. Pure aluminium. I think I looked at this before. It was less aluminium altogether, wasn't it? I wonder if that's better overall. I don't really need turbo fuel these days, but maybe if I make rocket fuel and then the other one. I'm not in that much need of cable and wire, I'll be honest. The starter factories I made at my home base are still producing more cable and wire than I need. So I'm getting my encased industrial beam from the base process, which is 3 steel beams, and to make 3 steel beams we need 12 steel ingots. For double the amount of steel, we can triple the amount of beam. I'm gonna use this. Cool, so that's all of the hard drives. So that might do it for today. So next time, I'm going to try and focus on the first stages of the uranium refinement. I'm going to bring in limestone to make concrete, and bring in sulfur to make sulfuric acid, and bring in the uranium, and mix those all together in blenders to create uranium cells. We shall start developing the underside of our massive platform. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I really do appreciate your support and your viewership. It's very nice of you all. And I'll see you all next time. Cheerio. Saving. This damn autosave, it's always ruining my shots. Thank you for saving.